All right, hey, what's up, YouTube? Hope you had a great day in the market. We still have a little bit of time left, but again, I learned from yesterday that when I uploaded early, it gives some more time for a bit of recovery plays. So if anybody saw this right after market close, you can catch any kind of recovery plays going back up a little sooner, or at least have more time to watch those. So we're gonna get right into it. I don't have anything listed or written down right now because we didn't have too much action today as far as news for the overall market. We did have the second and third case of COVID in US, but it didn't affect the market as much as it did yesterday or even Friday. But we did have Saki come on around midday, and that affected the market a little bit. But overall, if we look at the SPY, it was way better. We didn't recover fully from what we dropped yesterday, but a lot of stocks are green again. And honestly, it looks like for as much as it dropped and this came back up, a lot of the stocks that I saw, the value stocks, aren't really recovered all the way. Some of them are green, but none of them made a full recovery or even this much of a recovery. And I guess in the ratio that it went back up here. But we're going to look at our stock list. First, I want to say if you are scared of a future drop again, there is SQQQ. That's going to be the biggest one. This is like a reverse index essentially. So when the SPY goes up, this goes down. When this goes down, SPY goes up. And as you can see, the previous 2 days, it had lots of spikes. And I think today was it was one of the most actively traded stocks because of its predictability. And when you see fear, you can kind of just jump in here. So if you are fearful that the market will keep dropping, this is a good one to look at. All right, so this is one that we've been calling out the past few days, Bfri. It had a stock offering, and that's the reason it dropped. So it was sitting around 3 again, where it was kind of trading for a while. I think it was trading around 2 before that, before it popped up to 4. But it had hit highs of 11 while it got news previously. And today it got news that they were going to get some kind of compensation for one of their patents. So that was really good news. And I believe this one has a price target about $20. So it's not going to go there on their own. The volume has to come in, and it needs a catalyst to kind of start getting it to push that direction. And today's news was a good start. As you can see from previous runs, that it runs days in a row. So as you see, it went from 2 to 4, or 2 to highs of 7, came back down. Then the next day it went from 5 to 9 up to 11. So this is a good start. If it holds volume till tomorrow or the next few days, we could see it probably pop and retest this again. But I'm fairly confident it will have some kind of volume. Maybe not as big as of a reach because they did have that stock offering, but we'll see. This is still one that I really like. AERC. So this is one that I've been talking about, kind of more of like some kind of pipe dream, but it IPO'd at 40 and jumped up to 100, came back down, and then hit highs of 120. And then the next day, when the market crashed, it came all the way down to about $14 and then settled around 20. But I saw the range that I can push. I mean, if you look at this is $20 increments. It's kind of crazy. And so I figured watching this at the low, if it even pops up back to 60, that's a lot of range to play with. And I mean, you're 14. That's the lowest it can go is 14, and I IPO'd at 40. So there's not too much data to work off of here, but I thought this would be interesting. And you can hardly see it here, but today we did have a quite a bit of a pop. It came back down from 18 to 14 and kind of just waited around there, and it slowly started to curl up, and I started watching it, and it went up to 21. Didn't have much more volume after that, but this is kind of what I was looking for, just a sign that it can still do that. So we'll keep an eye on this one as well. ARDX is one that had a lot of volume. I think yesterday was doing really well too, pre-market, yeah. Or not pre-market, but the beginning of the market before that sell-off at the meeting. But today it held very good, consistent, pretty good stock, very consistent all day. So a lot of people were trading this all day. This is one that we're going to be keeping an eye on after hours because looks like it has no signs of slowing down. So same thing with PPSI. I've been seeing this on the high ticker all day. A lot of stuff was dropping midday when Saki came in and started speaking, and this one was just running over and over again. This is another one we're going to be looking at. Not too many runners today, kind of low volume as well. So we're going to be looking at some of the ones that have value, like value stocks. So I see Roblox that has a lot of value. It's kind of oversold, I believe. It dropped from 130 2 days ago. off of both times off the market drops. And a lot of times when the market drops heavy, almost everything is going to recover that has value. So you can almost buy into anything, kind of just ride the wave up. But Roblox yesterday got a price target upgrade to $150, and it didn't really see any kind of spike off that. And that was kind of the story of yesterday. Anything that hadn't used just didn't do anything. They were kind of, I think they're called dead cat drops, where essentially like this happens. This was for a different reason, but this is kind of an example, like where it comes up, fakes out a bunch of people, and just keeps coming down. Like another one here, where people might buy in, having confidence for recovery, and then maybe even people average down or double down, and it keeps dropping. So no bueno. But overall, it did come back up today a bit. Right at it gapped up, came back down, and then recovered a bit. So Roblox is one that's going to be interesting. They had a conference recently that showed they're going to add new graphics to their game, and it's just really an entirely different game in general. So many upgrades, and it's going to be intertwined with the metaverse and everything. So there's one that's going to not go anywhere anytime soon. And they also are all coming off good earnings. PayPal coming off bad earnings, but they did get news today of buy now, pay later options on a certain site, but that's going to be direct competition with the firm. Firm had good earnings but dropped anyways, kind of crazy, but PayPal is well known, and yeah, it's been going up all day, so this could be a good bottom for it. If we look at its drop, why did it do that? I believe this was the earnings drop, but it was already kind of coming down. Yeah, so it tried to hold up at 200, but never really did that. Came back down. So hopefully this could be the bottom. It's the first sign of good news and first sign of strength, but if it's going to hold that or not, who knows? It's one to keep an eye on. But today it did really good. Cncx. Oh, so this one I was looking at before I started recording. It was a previous runner. And I know sometimes when there's runners that have news, sometimes they'll take a day to just like rest almost, and then the next day they'll kind of have another pop. We saw that with like AHPI. So sometimes they're kind of quiet, and whenever they seem to be very quiet, especially when they start curling up, I see it as a sign of strength of curling up this way. I don't see a reason why people would just sell off so quickly. So could be a sign of strength, and also has potential to go very high. So this would almost be 100% if it retests this high, but by the time people start buying in, it could hit this $8 mark easily. And Olma, we're still looking at this one for the same reason as AERC. This one dropped off of fake news. So I had fake news of fake good news essentially off of some kind of trial that they were looking at. But it turned out to be a faulty source, and it got deleted. And so it got halted a few times, and then people started kind of not knowing what was going on because it got halted throughout the after hours. And then in the morning, the company revealed that was not real. And so everybody started selling off. And then in order to kind of compensate, they released the news that they were supposed to release in a few weeks, a little bit early. And so nothing really came off of that, but it's essentially oversold for no reason. And so if it was trading up here for a while, and it's kind of halved in value here, seems to be the bottom. There's no catalyst why it would go further down. So we have a lot of room to make up as well on the upside. So another one to watch. Yeah, that's going to be it for today. Quicker video. We don't have too many movers today. It's kind of low volume, and coming off of yesterday where there was a lot of faulty breakouts where we would see some really good ones break out, and then other ones be kind of compensation plays that kind of try to run alongside, but they would just fake out. They would have a few green candles and pop down, but still some good plays today. If you have anything that you're looking at, definitely call it out in the comment section, and we could take a look at it. Keep it on the watch list, put it aside. But yep, that's going to be it for today, guys, and until next time, see you later.